Welcome to Book Pilot, where great books become powerful ideas. If you enjoy the journey, subscribe and join our community. Now let's begin. How to break bad habits and stick to good ones. Why do bad habits seem effortless while good habits feel like a constant struggle? Why is it so easy to spend hours scrolling on your phone, yet so difficult to read just 10 pages of a book? Why do people repeatedly promise themselves, "I'll start tomorrow," only to find themselves making the same promise months later? The answer isn't that you're lazy or lack discipline. It's that your brain is following a system. And once you understand that system, you can change it. Today, you'll discover how habits are formed, why they control your life more than motivation ever could, and how you can replace bad habits with good ones that last. Habits shape nearly every aspect of our lives. They determine our health, relationships, careers, finances, and even our happiness. Most of what we do each day isn't the result of conscious decisions. It's automatic behavior repeated over time. The encouraging news is that habits are not fixed. They can be redesigned. Drawing from psychology, neuroscience, behavioral science, and the insights of best-selling books like Atomic Habits, The Power of Habit, and Tiny Habits, this journey explores practical strategies that help ordinary people create extraordinary change. Because changing your habits isn't about becoming a different person. It's about becoming the person you've always wanted to be. The invisible power of habits. Imagine waking up tomorrow with no habits at all. You would have to consciously think about brushing your teeth, tying your shoes, making breakfast, driving to work, or even locking your front door. Your brain would quickly become overwhelmed. To prevent this, the brain creates shortcuts known as habits. Every repeated action becomes easier because your brain wants to conserve energy. This is why habits feel automatic. Unfortunately, your brain doesn't distinguish between helpful and harmful habits. It simply strengthens whatever you repeat. Whether it's reading every morning or checking social media every 5 minutes, repetition builds the pathway. The brain isn't rewarding what's good. It's rewarding what's familiar. And that's why changing habits often feels uncomfortable. You're asking your brain to abandon a familiar road and build a new one. But here's the fascinating part. The brain remains adaptable throughout life. This ability, called neuroplasticity, means every repeated action literally reshapes your brain. Every healthy choice strengthens a new pathway. Every repeated decision makes the next one easier. Why motivation always fails? Most people wait until they feel motivated. That's the biggest mistake. Motivation is emotional. Habits are structural. Consider New Year's resolutions. Millions of people begin with excitement. They buy new gym memberships. They purchase expensive planners. They promise dramatic life changes. Yet within weeks, most return to old routines. Not because they lack desire, because motivation naturally fades. Successful people understand something different. They don't rely on motivation. They rely on systems. Olympic athletes still train on difficult days. Writers still write when inspiration disappears. Entrepreneurs continue working when results aren't immediate. Their success isn't powered by motivation. It's powered by habits. When an action becomes automatic, it requires less willpower. Instead of asking, "Do I feel like doing this today?" your brain simply says, "This is what I do." That's a completely different level of consistency. The habit loop that controls your life. Psychologist Charles Duhigg introduced a simple but powerful model known as the habit loop. Every habit follows 4 stages. Cue. Craving. Response. Reward. Let's imagine you hear your phone vibrate. That's the cue. Your curiosity creates the craving. You pick up the phone. That's the response. You receive entertainment or social connection. That's the reward. The brain remembers this reward and repeats the cycle again and again. Now consider a healthier example. Your running shoes are already beside your bed. That's the cue. You remember how energized you feel afterward. That's the craving. You go for a short walk. That's the response. Your body releases feel-good chemicals. That's the reward. The same system creates both bad and good habits. The difference lies in what you repeat. If you change the cue or the reward, you can begin changing the habit itself. Make good habits impossible to ignore. Environment often beats willpower. Imagine placing a bowl of fresh fruit on your kitchen counter while hiding unhealthy snacks inside a difficult-to-reach cabinet. Without realizing it, you'll naturally make healthier choices. Why? Because the environment is guiding your behavior. The same principle works everywhere. Want to read more? Leave a book on your pillow. Want to drink more water? Keep a bottle on your desk. Want to exercise? Lay out your workout clothes the night before. Want to stop wasting time on your phone? Charge it across the room instead of beside your bed. Small environmental changes quietly shape enormous life changes. As psychologist Kurt Lewin suggested, Behavior is deeply influenced by the environment surrounding us. Instead of fighting temptation every day, remove the temptation. Start smaller than you think. Many people fail because their goals are too ambitious. They decide to meditate for an hour, exercise every day, read 50 pages, wake up at 5, completely change their diet, all at once. The brain resists drastic change. Instead, begin so small that failure feels almost impossible. Read 1 page. Meditate for 1 minute. Do 5 push-ups. Walk for 5 minutes. This idea is supported by behavioral scientist B.J. Fogg, who explains that tiny behaviors are easier to repeat consistently. Once consistency develops, growth becomes natural. Momentum matters more than intensity. A single page today often becomes 10 pages next month. Consistency creates identity. Become the person you want to be. Every action casts a vote for the type of person you're becoming. Instead of saying, I want to run, say, I am a runner. Instead of, I want to read, think, I am someone who learns every day. Identity changes behavior. When your habits match your identity, consistency becomes easier. Imagine 2 people refusing dessert. One says, I can't. The other says, I don't. The first feels deprived. The second is expressing identity. That subtle difference changes everything. The goal isn't simply to achieve success. The goal is to become the kind of person for whom success becomes natural. The secret to staying consistent. There will be days when you miss a workout, skip your reading, eat unhealthy food, or waste time online. That's normal. The danger isn't missing once. The danger is missing twice. One mistake becomes a pattern only if you repeat it. Successful people recover quickly. They don't wait for Monday. They don't wait for next month. They restart immediately. Progress isn't about perfection. It's about returning. Imagine climbing a mountain. Slipping on one rock doesn't mean climbing back to the bottom. You simply regain your footing and continue upward. Habits work the same way. The compound effect of small choices. A single healthy meal won't transform your body. One workout won't make you fit. Reading 1 chapter won't make you an expert. But repeated consistently over months and years, the results become extraordinary. Small actions compound just like money earning interest. 1% improvement every day seems invisible, until one day you look back and realize you've become an entirely different person. Great success rarely arrives through one dramatic decision. It arrives through thousands of ordinary decisions made consistently. Your future isn't built by what you do occasionally. It's built by what you repeat daily. Breaking bad habits isn't about having stronger willpower. It's about understanding how your brain works. Habits are formed through repetition, guided by cues, reinforced by rewards, and strengthened by your environment. Motivation may help you begin, but systems help you continue. Start with tiny actions. Design your environment. Focus on the identity you want to build. Forgive occasional mistakes. And remember that lasting change comes from consistent, repeated choices, not overnight transformations. Every positive habit you build today becomes a gift to your future self. If this journey helped you see habits in a new way, consider subscribing to BookPilot for more powerful insights from the world's greatest books and ideas. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, share it with someone who could benefit from it, and let us know in the comments. Which one habit are you committed to changing starting today? Your next small step could become the beginning of a completely different life. Thanks for recording my journey.